Hey YouTubers, so I have a ramble right now, a big ass ramble like a big ass cigar about tobacco. Yes, tobacco. Today is still Tobacco Tuesday like a big ass cigar. So anyway, a ramble about tobacco and myself. Basically, when would I stop using tobacco myself? And by stop, I mean quit. I mean completely quit. When would I stop using tobacco myself? Now, FYI, I'm not stopping myself. I have zero interest in stopping myself. I have zero interest in quitting myself. It's really not stopping, it's quitting. So I have zero interest in quitting myself, no interest whatsoever in quitting. So I want to talk about right now, when would I actually quit? What are some scenarios or situations where I would actually quit altogether? Like totally stop, for a better word, fucking quit. So number one, if I got cancer. So if, God forbid, I actually got cancer, mouth cancer, throat cancer, lung cancer, etc., I would have to stop smoking, because honestly, I value my life a lot more than tobacco. So, if, God forbid, I actually got cancer, I developed a lesion in my mouth, or a lesion in my throat, or a nodule in my lung, I would have to stop using tobacco products. If I was given that diagnosis and my doctor said, Evan, you have cancer, you have tongue cancer, you have lung cancer or throat cancer, esophageal cancer, I would obviously have to stop smoking altogether. I would immediately quit. And like I said before in my videos, my anniversary videos of tobacco, I would rather in the end develop something and get it treated as opposed to stop smoking now. That's just my personal opinion, like my asshole. So anyway, that's the first scenario if I got cancer. The second scenario is if tobacco became banned. If hypothetically, which I don't think is going to happen ever, if they hypothetically ever banned tobacco. So if tobacco became illegal, obviously I would not want to go to jail. I would not want to go to jail or prison. So yeah, don't drop the soap, being silly ass like a big ass cigar. So yeah, but all seriousness, if it became illegal, if tobacco became a controlled substance, it became illegal, then obviously I would not want to go to jail or be arrested or be fined. So I would have to stop using tobacco altogether. Right now in Massachusetts and a couple other states, Indiana and Hawaii, yeah, say if I find as fast, they're trying to pass a generational ban, a nicotine generational ban, where if you're born after a certain date, it doesn't affect me, but if you're born after a certain date, 2004, 2005, 2006, you won't ever be able to purchase tobacco legally. So in Massachusetts, it looks like that's going to pass. So, starting this year sometime in 2025, if you're born after January 1st, 2006, you won't ever be able to purchase tobacco legally, even if you're 21, which really sucks for a lot of people. I personally think it's bullshit. So, I mean, whatever, BS can be BS, you know. So, anyway, but if it ever hypothetically became illegal, you became illegal altogether, which it's not going to under this new law. Under the new law, it's just that people who are already 21 will be grandfathered in, and then people who are under 21 will never be able to buy it legally. So, but if it became illegal, if hypothetically in 10 years they banned it altogether, which could happen, maybe, then I would have to stop using it altogether. The third reason I would have to stop smoking or using tobacco products altogether is if it became too expensive. That's more likely to happen than it becoming illegal or potential whatever, so like cancer bullshit. So yeah, if it became too expensive, if, for example, a tin of pipe tobacco was, $300, no way in hell could I afford that. No way in hell. I mean, I live in Section 8 housing. I don't have a full-time job. I only work, 12, 13, 14 hours a week. I mean, I make basically minimum wage. If a tin of pipe tobacco was $500, if, for example, a single fucking cigar was $200, I would have to quit. I mean, just the sad part about it, I would have to quit. I mean, even like, in states where it's, you get the point. So it's like, Yeah, so if it became too expensive. Another reason, this is the fourth reason, this is probably the least likely, if it became too restrictive. And by that I mean basically smoking bans went through the roof. Basically, so currently in my apartment complex, there is one designated smoking area on the property. That's the only place you can smoke on the property. At my parents' house, they don't let me smoke inside. They let me smoke in the garage. And for the dickhead trolls who are wondering, yes, I'm over 21. So even though I go to my parents' house. So anyway, so yeah, I mean, smoking bans went through the roof, and this entire apartment complex became smoke free on the property, and you had to go across the street to smoke. I probably would still smoke. I probably would still smoke, but if it got to the point where you couldn't even smoke on the street, the street, then it would be like, yeah. I mean, if they made it so, even private homes, you couldn't smoke in the garage or on the patio because of potential smoke, going into somebody else's property, then I would really have to give it a thought, a real fucking thought. Anyway, so those are the only real scenarios. So, number one, if I got cancer. Number two, if it ever became illegal to smoke. Number three, if it became too expensive. And number four, and least likely, is if the smoking bans went through the roof. Anyway, have a nice day. Pretty damn cool, pretty damn nice. Bye bye.